Lloyd, Jack, welcome to Property Elevator today. So when did you decide to join forces together then?
Well, Jack and I met in a property development academy that we're in right now.
Okay.
And we met in there and this deal came up and Jack needed a little bit of help on the finance side, so
Yep.
I've been sort of structuring the deal after that.
Okay.
And now we're looking for this extra finance, which we're the reason why we're here today.
Sounds like you've both got very different skill sets and combined you're making a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please head up those stairs and we'll see you when you come back down.
Thank you very much.
See you later. Hello Angels, my name's Lloyd and I'm with my partner here, Jack.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so what we want to present to you today is our deal. Our deal is, it's a plot of land that we found in a place called Stradbroke in Suffolk. And we have planning in place for 4 detached houses. And we are building these houses on a passive type basis. They're timber frame. And we're currently doing this on a turnkey package with a principal contractor at the moment. So we have development finance for 88%. We're looking for the 12%. The 12% in monetary terms is around 167,000. The structure of the deal is that we are offering 50% to the Angels, 25-25. That's 25 for me and 25 for Jack. And that will be on the basis of the return we want is the mentorship, the guidance, the experience and the wisdom of you guys.
Shall I start off? So I don't live far away from this. In fact, my mother in her later life had a boyfriend in Stratford, in Stradbroke. Which
My mother's dog's pet's auntie.
I don't want to go into that because I don't even want to think about it, to be honest with you. But anyway, so I know Stradbroke very well. It's an interesting area, quite popular area, but it's a fair way away from anywhere really, in terms of a decent sized town, but as you know. So can I just touch on the build costs?
Yeah.
What are they?
The total bill cost, including fees, is about £1 million. It's £1,042,000. So
Yeah. In terms of square footage, how much is that? 100
5,000. Well, the total square footage for all 4 is 5,000 square foot.
So about £200 a foot is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, about £200 a foot. Okay. Okay. And if you were to build this yourself, Jack, how much cheaper would it be?
We could probably save 100,000.
Okay, no, that's fine. Paul, do you want to? Now I've told you where it is.
Yeah, you just asked some of the questions I was thinking of asking, to be honest.
You know.
I find it interesting, and maybe Scott will comment on this, but the fact that you didn't have the development experience, which makes sense, but I assume the main contractor probably doesn't have development experience either. They're a main contractor.
Yeah.
That actually did fulfill. Did you find out that did fulfill lenders' concerns? Like, were they happy with that?
Yes.
They were
With
fine
just
with that.
you and the main contractor?
Yeah.
Yep.
And do you own the site?
We have an offer accepted on the site.
And what's that?
Yeah, 320.
320. And what's the GDV?
GDV is 1.9.
2 million, basically.
Yeah. Profit margin on that after finance is 300,000.
Any more questions, Hayley, for you?
No, I'll
Okay
have
for
a
the
think.
moment?
I'll
Nicholas?
have a think, yeah.
So you want 167,000, that's the 12%
Yeah.
needed on finance. But does that include all your
Purchase.
stamp duty, purchasing
Yeah.
costs?
Yeah.
So
There's no sill. Sill has been paid for.
Okay.
There was a sill on the provisions on the planning, but we've managed to find out recently, just before we came here, that the sill had been paid by the previous vendor.
yeah, great. Okay.
That-
And no
that's the
Section
result.
106 payments or anything like that.
No.
Social housing contributions.
No.
So SIL, community infrastructure levy.
And this development is in the middle of a beautiful village in Stradbroke. It's an old Anglo-Saxon village, very pretty, quaint village. Yeah.
What do you need from us? So if we're there to help you get the bank lending, you can build it yourself, build it cheaper, we will make more money.
Yeah, so the first one, the main element is that we could probably reduce on the amount of finance costs.
Yeah,
the second option is that we're happy to give away 60% and bring you into the JV and the SPV, and that would involve you funding the whole project. So we would build it out, you would fund it, we would just be looking for your support and expertise to help us.
Okay, and as in use the senior, would be the senior debt as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we'd organise.
I don't think anyone would be interested in that option.
In terms of the profit margin, that would increase because we would reduce our finance fees straight away.
Yeah, it wouldldn't for us though, because we can use that money much more effectively than
it would over the build. Because,
okay. Yeah, okay. Are you okay, Nicholas? Yeah.
I'm fine, I'm done, thank you.
Scott, what's your...
I'm being really honest, I've really struggled with this pitch. And I'm confused. And keeping it simple, stupid is really important when you're pitching something. The detail is really, really important, and we trust you to know the detail, but presenting the high level numbers at the beginning. So we are buying a site for 300,000. We are going to spend £1 million building 4 detached houses, which are going to be worth £2 million when they're finished. We've got development finance for 88% of the 1.32, which is 1.15 million, and the difference of 167k, whatever the number is what we're here today for. And for that investment of 167, we can put in 67, we want 100 from you, and for that 100 we are offering X amount of money back to you. That's where I would start a pitch like this.
Where do I sign?
Okay, that's where I'd start a pitch. This has not been.
That's what you did do.
I think I saw.
No, I didn't get that.
We had to extract the
we had to
purchase
extract
price.
it. So Paul was asking questions to extract some information from you. Nicholas was asking questions to extract the information from you. And I've been trying to work it all out from the questions that got asked rather than from your pitch.
I think that's a bit harsh.
I agree.
So so as a word of advice for future, try and get something in an exec summary at the start that people can get like that. I'll do a better clip. Like that.
Okay, so we're going to go to offers now because what Scott has said, all due respect, might be relevant if you get an offer. So, right, so who would like to start first?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I just think for a new build, sort of ground up development of 4 houses, the numbers are just a bit tight. You know, if you've got the contractor doing it, it's 15%. If you're doing it, it's 20%. Obviously, you know, us as the developers together, but you also as the main contractor, we'd want that price, those costs to be fixed. But, you know, materials and labour's variable at the moment. And the last thing we would want is for our partner to go bust on our joint development.
So, Paul?
No, it's not one for me, thank you.
Okay. Matter of fact, Paul there, wasn't he? Who would like to go next?
It's not for me. No, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Ranjan, what are your thoughts?
I think through this pitch, I think in the current market, doing fresh new houses in the middle of a field and all of that, you've got to be looking at close to 35% return on GDV. I think the GDV is far too tight for doing new build in the current market.
You've picked an area where the sale values aren't that high, and the problem is at the moment building is so expensive. If you've got £200 a foot to build and the resales are only 325 or whatever it might be, there's just not enough margin because the landowners will not sell cheap enough at the moment. You're in a perfect storm. The market's dropped ish or remain the same. Interest is doubled. Building costs have gone up 30% in the last 3 years. So it's a perfect storm at the moment. And unfortunately, deals like this, even though it sounds cheap for 4 plots, you think, wow, 370 grand for 4 plots. They probably need to be 320. They probably need to be, you know.
There's a lot of money, isn't it, for a plot?
Not really.
For four houses.
It should work. It should work. But unfortunately, it's just too tight. And you need to go back and renegotiate the price down. Show some balls.
Yeah.
Get back there and say, look, it doesn't work for us. It needs to be 250. That's where it needs to be, in my view. So I'm afraid today it isn't for me. Nicholas.
I do think it's too tight. I'm sorry, guys. I was hoping you'd say, look, we'll put in the first 50 grand or something to show me that you're really committed. But you've offered to put in nothing because the concern is then as a JV partner.
Could we do that?
50 in, would you consider it?
Could we do it on our assets, on our properties?
I think it's hard to make a decision today because I don't know what those assets are, don't know how highly geared they are. On the basis that we can gear those assets no more than 60% after you've secured the other debt, and you could put 50 grand in, I'd make you an offer for the rest of the top up of the money that you'd need.
So in other words, you're putting, if you can put 50,000 in between you, sounds like you've got a deal.
Can we put that, do we need to put that up front or can we do it out of the back end of the deal?
It needs to be up front.
Right.
He wants you to have some. I know you've got
Skin in the game.
He wants some security.
Because
I want my
yeah.
skin. I want you skin in the game for my money.
Okay, Nicholas, what's so?
So it's 100 and,
25 grand each.
117,000. If you want to go to the back of the room to have a bit of privacy, guys, you can.
Do you mind if we just
Please
have
do.
yeah,
Yeah,
please do.
Please do.
over here?
Yes, I'm not the only person that's on mine and I'm being signed out that mortgage in a couple of months because my mum's coming back on it.
Thanks for your offer. I don't think we can answer that right now because we need to speak to various people about raising that money. But subject to that, would you give us that time to do that and then come back to you?
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you accept it, subject to us both finding the other investor for you?
Yeah. Okay, we'd like to.
Because I'm an expert in finding investment with developments as well, such as this and JVs, all sorts of things. So I can help you with that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So in principle, if you can find 50k, you've got a deal with Nicholas. Congratulations. Well done.
Yeah, you happy?
Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
well
Phil.
done.
Thank
Brilliant.
you very much.
Thanks. Thanks for
Cheers.
all
Thank
your
you. Good
advice.
luck.
Well done. Good luck.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Cool.
I think that's a frustrating pitch. I thought you were very harsh, personally.
Can I be honest with you? I'm going to be dead honest with you.
Most of the time.
I'm going to be dead honest with you. Confused sellers don't sell, confused buyers don't buy, and that's the end of it.
Oh. How about,
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think, Paul?
it's probably a good example of, bricklayer and a builder. They're not used to pitching to investors, so they didn't perhaps structure it in the way we would have liked.
Nice
But we
people.
got there in the end.
No, I agree. They're lovely
and
people.
they got there in the end.
I
And
agree.
they've got the wealth of experience, haven't they,
The wealth
Ranjan?
of experience, I think, I agree with Scott, but I think probably a bit harsh on it. But I actually think it's still a wafer-thin deal in today's market, as particularly in low-value sale areas. And I mean, I wish you the best of luck, but I'm not sure there's enough meat.
Where I saw the opportunity with those guys wasn't necessarily that deal. It's about getting in with a good builder.
Yeah.
And we're going to look for other deals. I can raise some extra finance for them
Yes.
to halve my risk. And we can
Now-
do more deals
now,
with...
Nicholas, I need to know when you're coming down because I need to make sure my electric gates are shut so you can't get in.
I'll catch you when you're out hunting, John.
Lloyd, Jack, congratulations. You got a bit of a grilling in there, didn't you? Especially off Scott.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, but it's done now.
Yeah.
And there was a positive
But
outcome.
it was all positive stuff. Good feedback.
Yeah.
And good advice.
Yeah.
But it's not going to stop us. We're still going to go ahead and do this deal.
Okay.
We're very determined. We have a plan. We had a
Yep.
business plan as well on top of this.
Yep.
And that plan was to finish this development by the end of this year.
Okay.
So we're on track. We're still on track, and we believe that we can fulfil the agreement we've had
Yep.
so far.
Yep.
So we're quite pleased and happy about the outcome.
Good.